Okay, I want to talk about something that might seem a little out there for some of you, but I trust that if you're coming across this message, you're meant to hear it. I was getting ready this morning for the day. I have clients that I'm seeing today, and I'm in my bathroom looking in my mirror as I get ready, doing my skincare, all the things. And I had this thought about mirrors and those phrases that people say, like, your perception is your reality. Our outside world is a reflection of us. You are what you eat, right? Like all these kind of phrases that describe this phenomenon that our outside world is a direct result of how we feel about our feel inside. And that truly, that's how it should be. But if you really think about how you've grown up, who you've been since you were a child, our outside we have as humans have let our outside world be our mirror. And what I mean by that is from a very, very young age, we have allowed as people, have allowed other people to tell us how we should feel about ourselves, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. So say you see a small child and you see that they're really good at art, or they're just coloring, they're just doing their thing. You say, wow, you're really great at that. Maybe you should be a painter. Well, now as a child, you're thinking, oh, am I a painter? Is that something I should do? Like all these things that people have, expectations, perceptions, things that people have instilled within us, then became our mirror to how we think we should feel about ourselves. Most commonly, this comes in the form of insecurities. Like a newborn baby doesn't think that they're too tall or too short or too fat, too small, too tan, too whatever. Like all of that comes from outside of us until we suddenly feel it on the inside. Again, it should be the other way around. How we felt about ourselves from the very beginning was reflected in our outside world. You don't look at a newborn baby and think that there's anything wrong with it, right? Where along the line did we allow that switch to flip and allow people to tell us how we should feel about ourselves? But the great news is this is something that I think we can shift. There's this amazing movie called I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer, and it's a fantastic comedy that's hilarious. But the message of the movie is exactly this. In the movie, she goes through this transformation of she hits her head, not to spoiler alert, she hits her head, and then suddenly her perception of herself completely changes. She thinks that she is the most stunning human to ever exist, right? And suddenly her outside world, the things happening around her start to shift because her perception of herself has shifted. And truly, this is how we should have been living all along. And unfortunately, as humans, we've robbed ourselves of that. But I think the good news is we can get back to that space. So I think this is going to take, for most people, a lot of reprogramming, a lot of tuning out outside voices, a lot of inner work, and coming back to who you are before people told you who you should be. If this is work that you feel ready to start diving into, if this is something that resonates with you, I offer a lot of different types of energy work services, but I'm also offering coaching. I have two sessions, two offerings called Higher Self Activation Session and Self-Love Activation Session. Either of those sessions would be a great space to start diving into some of this inner work and deprogramming the things that people have told you about yourself that you should believe, right? The people who have been your mirror, pulling that away, pulling that reflection out of the way, and you becoming the mirror so that your outside world can reflect what you truly are, which is beautiful. Okay. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Does this resonate? How does this show up for you in your life?